And after a week off of NASCAR due to my Connecticut trip with my dad to see Tim Duncan get inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, I returned to NASCAR viewing in my basement, my man cave, not my man cave, my office, to bring you the Circuit of the Americas race on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and so most of you don't have Facebook, so therefore I brought it there too, so it doesn't get a lot of feedback like I used to back in 2015, 16, 17, 18, a little bit of 19 and 20. But you know, let's talk about the shit show that we ended up seeing today. First off, I didn't get to see Trucks Arca yesterday because I went outside to be with my friends in the neighborhood instead. But I heard Trucks was caution free outside the stage breaks, where and Xfinity. I don't know how Xfinity was, but I know it. But I don't know how many crashes there were in Xfinity, if there were any. But in all cases, all in all, I know it was just the Kyle Busch show, so I'm glad I didn't watch that shit. So, but today I went to breakfast with this morning with my grandparents and I had a blast with them, the Blue Sky crew, and one of the activity aides for my job and her family. That was a good time. Came home, took a pre-race nap before the green flag. I kind of overslept the first 7 laps, so I basically turned on the race with like 8 laps in, I think. Yeah. And then after I did all my postings, that's when chaos erupted. We saw a lot of dangerous wrecks, some treacherous racing conditions, or racing weather conditions, whatever you want to call it. You know, we saw a car almost go upside down like Mike O'Malley, where, Truex, where he got like T-boned by Cole Custer, who then burst into flames. And then we saw Harvick take some air like he did in the 29 car at the UAW GM Quality 500 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It was him, Christopher Bell, Bubba refused like Jeff Gordon to do an interview, so his crew chief had to do it for him. So I already know that the boomers are going to be out in full force tonight, where all I can do is just laugh at their comments, especially on Facebook, where it's more toxic on Twitter, which is why I don't participate in the NASCAR Facebook community. And then you had Suarez break something in his car. I mean, let alone we had people spinning out like complete jackasses, and just people wrecking each other because you can't seem to avoid that at newer road courses that are not named Sears Point and Watkins Glen. Remember the days when it was just Sears Point and Watkins Glen as the only 2 road courses on the schedule? I miss being a kid and having those the only 2 road courses I saw, but at least those were really, really fun. So, what was I gonna bring up? Oh yeah, I'm an Austin and Ty fan, as you all know. Dillon Brothers 396, and I thought Ty had a chance to get a top 10, and I don't think he was going to win unless he had some extra good luck. Everybody in front of him wiped out, like in the 07 Coke 600, when all the good cars in front of Kyle Petty wiped out for him to finish 3rd. So, if you recall, Austin got penalized for cutting the course in the S's, so he had to, he got shown the black flag for cutting courses. He got shown the black flag for cutting course. I can't talk. He got shown the black flag for cutting the course in the S's. There we go, Mark. And so he had to come in and serve a pass-through penalty. He got back as high as up as 7th. And, he would have had to pit one more time had that race stayed green. So I'm glad that race got called, because even if it would have stayed green to the end, that shit was taking forever to finish because it's 20 corners. I thought Chastain was actually going to win the race too, because I may not like him for how dirty he can be sometimes, but hey, he drove the race of his Winston Cup career. Too bad he didn't get to finish it because NASCAR called it with the weather, but I wanted to see a random ass winner today. I would have loved to see Ryan Preece, Ross Chastain, even though I don't like him, I would have given him the credit where credit is due. I mean, for me, for the sake of myself, Ty Dillon, so my voice can be gone for that whole week. Oh my God, I still went for him to see him win a cup race. Maybe if he runs and did the Firecracker 400 or the EA Sports 500 later on this year, maybe he'll get it. Who knows? But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Uh, well, here's the part where I was trying to talk about with Austin. He and Kyle Busch had their lives lashed before their eyes because Kurt Busch almost wiped them both out. Yeah, it was Kurt that almost wiped out his brother and Austin. So he had that off-course excursion and got the gravel on the fucking track, and that's what brought the caution out, which is what led to them NASCAR calling the race. So that's why it was taking forever to finish. Cause I didn't feel like sitting there all night long waiting for that shit to finish, and it didn't even feel like 25-20 to go the way it was going. So next week is the Coke 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the longest race of the year and one of my favorite races of the year. So I will see you all for a special edition race review. That's a surprise, so I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be. So have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night.